Welcome back to Imperium Galactica. I'm glad to finally be able to get into this again. It's been about a month. I just want to recap where we are. Dante is in Captain's rank, the second rank of the game. Been here for about a week. We've gotten settled in, gotten used to some of the new things. We're working on building up police stations to rapidly increase our income. As always, that's a priority. When we need more housing, we're replacing now the prefab housing with our colleges. We're partway through that process. And then, of course, there's hospitals every once in a while. We do have to keep an eye on our food supply as well. But we also have this smuggling mission that we hadn't quite finished on San Sterling. And that's about to wrap up here.
Unidentified ship detected.
Okay, and that's how the game tells you it's here. So we, once again, of course, in our bid to speed through things, intercept at the point of entry. We have moved out here to right where it comes in. So we're going to attack now this unknown ship, the Smuggler. And what do they have to say for themselves? Yeah. Something is not working. Kiz Kerr. Okay. Well, let's see if we can communicate a little bit better using, say, an alternate method of persuasion. There we go. And, yeah, it starts saying, don't shoot, don't shoot. All of a sudden, they can speak fine once they get down to, you know, the halfway point of health. And we have a new message.
You've done a very good job, Captain. Congratulations.
Fairly pro forma, but the Colonel wants to let us know that they're happy with our defeating the smugglers and keeping San Sterling safe. And notice where the ship is going. It's headed straight off, and if you follow it, it will land on Naxos. So it can land on Naxos just fine, but it can't land on San Sterling. I think it probably would have been better if they had it just like move out of the territory. Obviously, it's got to land somewhere. But if they have the resources, you know, to sort of clear everything up here, but not there, the game could have given you a message of some sort. In that case, you know, better facilities for dealing with hazardous materials or something. But they just sort of do that, and we're supposed to ignore it. Whatever. We're actually going to stay right here because this is where our next mission is going to hit us. A little over 2 days later, late on September 5th, and we are doing well on the police station front. We have a couple up on our most profitable planet, Naxos. We've got one in progress on San Sterling and one up on New Caroline, although we can't build any more there for now due to power issues. We would need a new power plant first.
Incoming message.
What does the Colonel have to say?
The governor of planet Centronome will arrive shortly to your sector. You must provide a unit to escort him.
So what's happened in the last couple days to change the Colonel's attitude? He's really happy with us and then now looks very serious there, almost gruff. Pops in right on top of our position. We did not even have to move an inch after the smuggling mission, so we're going to go ahead and follow the governor on their way to Naxos, and let's take a look around. Now, I have been informed by somebody that there's a much easier way to cycle through these planets, just using the plus and minus key, so I appreciate that. I'll be definitely using that method. But right now, everything is fine. So we've just got a sort of a boring, lonely escort tour here, and as much as I would like to now, with a new day and new income, build more police stations, I do actually need to deal with something else. Centronome's gotten low enough, and specifically with the hospital requirement there, that I think we need to pop in and again take a detour to deal with people's needs. There is a good spot right up, get rid of this, right up here. Just big enough for a hospital to fit. So we will go ahead and use that. And of course, we're just below the threshold for another police station, so we will invest in the housing that is now needed on Achilles. And we're going to put this... I sort of just want to extend my hospitals up this direction. And then also, these are of the right width here, so we can just do that with the arcologies going this direction as well. That seems to fit in reasonably. And onward we go. No problems. Still nothing going on. Let's drop by Achilles now and knock out these prefab housing that we won't be needing anymore. Of course, this damaged one from the very beginning of the game, now it goes away. And still looking good across all of our colonies. Approaching Noxos, nothing has happened yet. Maybe we zoom in a bit. And another cycle. Still looking good. The slow trek. Well, we're almost there, though. Okay, we're gonna just boost that one up a bit now. But that's it. Only the one change. And still we continue. Where are the pirates? And the governor lands with nothing happening. Now, to my knowledge, this is the only escort mission you get in the entire game where it's just, you get no attacks. We could have completely ignored the governor and it wouldn't have mattered. We are going to relocate to New Caroline, which is going to be very much a hotbed of activity starting soon. But, you know, the game could have just been trying to give you a break from all the pirate attacks, or maybe it didn't want it to be predictable. But given the way some of the other things go, I almost think that maybe they just intended to have a pirate attack in there somewhere and forgot to add it. Who knows?
Message on the bridge.
We're being assaulted and need your help. They're preparing for ground battle. Our chances are slim without your help.
The governor of New Caroline will be hearing from more, and yeah, the chances will actually be non-existent without our help. But he always seemed to me to have a strange demeanor that was just a little bit off. Not very assertive or demonstrative for the position he's got as a planetary governor. Now this attack is coming in from here. It's the Garthog again. They are attacking at random in general. They'll tend towards planets that are more lightly defended, but it seems to be random. Except for they won't attack Achilles where they've already attacked. They're going to attack somewhere else this time. Any of the other 4 planets. So Naxos I already built up a barracks on because they would reach it before I'd be able to build the barracks after the invasion is announced. So we'll go ahead and get rid of that. New Caroline already started with a barracks when we acquired it, so we don't need to build one up there. It's debatable whether Centronome or New Caroline is actually the worst case scenario here, but I think it's probably New Caroline. The fact that the barracks are already up there is going to make this battle a little bit more difficult because we can't place it strategically. September 10th now, the Garthog fleet is almost to New Caroline, and this entire invasion here is a good example of the game being profoundly unfair and requiring foreknowledge from you. If you remember the attack on Achilles at the beginning of Captain's Rank, we were on the other side of the system, we couldn't get there to defend. That's not the case here, so you might think a viable option is to attack this fleet before it lands, and that's what I thought initially, and it just, the way this all plays out sort of made me bounce off the game at first. And that's because the game will literally break if you manage to stop this attack. The plot will not advance any further. It needs this ground battle to occur, but you're not told that in any way. You aren't kept from doing it. Now, you have to get pretty inventive to actually stop this because of how strong the attacking fleet is. One way, probably the best way, would be to build the ion projector defense guns here, which I never use. But they could be very useful. Combine them with your fleet, defend at the planet they're attacking, and you can make that happen. If you try to just directly attack with your ships, even if you built up more, you would have a really difficult time here. This is what they have. Now, we have fighters, destroyer, cruiser. They've got fighters, couple destroyers. So this might appear to be relatively even. Except for these bigger ships, of course. These are their flagships. And they are in the same general class. This is the 3rd tier as the Thorin, which is also a flagship. Now, they don't have the exact same capabilities as the Thorin, but they carry ground troops. They're powerful. They've got more advanced weapons. And even if we had built up a bunch of factories and started building ships, we wouldn't be able to build anything better than our, Class 1 destroyer here. And, it would take a lot of investment in that to even come close to defeating this particular fleet. So that's not really a viable option. So that leaves us with our ground defense. All 12 of our tanks, which we kept, of course, for this battle specifically. That's why we didn't sell them before. They're around our new fusion plant. The nuclear one was getting very overtaxed, as we mentioned here before. I got rid of that, built this fusion one, as we were going to need it pretty soon anyway, but if we take much damage in this battle, I would have had a bunch of buildings go offline. Didn't want to deal with that. So, we need to see what they've brought against us. We're going to have the same priorities, of course. Defend the power plant, keep all of our tanks intact. Okay, and this is new. This is a medium tank. They have a couple of those on this attack, which is going to be all kinds of fun. There's a few more tanks there. Looks like the bulk of their force in this direction. One over here, another one over here. Okay, yeah, most of it is in fact over here, so I want to focus in this direction. These are going to take some time to get over here. And they might even get hung up on the barracks, could potentially just start shooting at them, because these do have guns on us to help out. So, the 7 light tanks they've brought and 2 mediums. And of course, even their light tanks are better than ours. Their mediums are much better than ours. And I think that, yeah, I'm going to just set off a couple over this way. Let's see, maybe about here. And then another one in that general direction. To just sort of ward off whatever they bring at us and try to slow them down. But the rest of this is going to come over here. And at first, I'm just going to sort of, in general, send them out this way. And then divide them up as we see what the enemy attackers are going to do. And this is definitely a tougher battle than the first one, even with more tanks at our disposal. Okay. So let's see if we can distract some of these. And I think I just want to take a bunch of you and just hit all of these. Maybe we'll distract you as well. And you there. And here comes the next group. Over here, okay, yeah, we're going to definitely want to be distracting you. And you appear to be heading down this way. If you come through here, the barracks will hit you. And if you don't, I've got this tank down here ready to deal with you. So, I'm feeling pretty good about all that. Okay, you're shooting at me here. That means we're going to run. We want to run from the medium. And I think you're going to turn... Yeah. Okay. And you can run down this way as well. And I don't like that. You can run away. Let's have you two come out here and take this down real quick. You are running. That's good. The other one is... Okay, it appears it's... Yeah, it's trying to duck through here. I do think the barracks will take it down. But let's also send it some help. Okay, there's one down. Let's have a few of these knock down that one. You as well. You can work on this. Very nice. Up, you've resumed your path. That's no good. Let's try distracting you again. Somewhere in here is that other enemy tank. And then I'm concerned about you surviving, is what I'm concerned about. Let's see if maybe we draw off one of these. But I like the fact that they're chasing you, that's for sure. Let's split up here a bit and try to knock out these two. Just sort of even the odds against them. That would be useful. Still running well. Yeah, and you're coming here and you're not taking no for an answer, are you? There is a battle going on in here with the barracks. We should be good there though. Okay, you're chasing us here. Let's run there now. Very nice. Now, I think I need a bunch of these to gang up on this before we take too much damage to that fusion plant. So, send one more. You keep running. And we're still hanging out just fine in here, fighting off. I don't care what kind of damage that barracks takes. We have to make sure this one doesn't take too much damage. Yep, time for you to run now. You're turning. Let's pull those two off for a bit. This is, you know, again, we've got to be really careful if we actually want to preserve everybody. And you are... Did they give up? Looks like they gave up the chase over here. So we're going to be seeing that double back. Very good. I like how all of that's working out. You can probably come back now. We're going to surround that medium tank and pound it. Doing pretty well here. All of you join in, pound that tank. Oh, no, you're still chasing. You are still chasing. Let's keep running. That one's almost gone. And you're almost dead as well. See if we can get you over here and get this group to just sort of join in and finishing that off. Okay, we're going to have you run. just staying out of range. These are all gone. Okay. Just want to keep these weaker tanks out of the fight now. I think we got it. There we go. Boy, you just barely survived that too, didn't you? Let's have you pick a fight with that one. I think we're fine. Let's clear you up. Alright, we're going to be clearing all of that out. These are the damaged ones. I don't see any other threats. So let's go ahead and finish this off. There we go. You double back. We're just taking out these two smaller tanks. That one's going to be no problem. And we got it. Nine enemies defeated. We lost nothing. We will need to eventually, like sometime a long time in the future, repair that fusion plant. But I can't complain about that. I definitely don't think that could have gone much better. We've defended New Caroline, so now what? Well, the Garthog fleet with no more ground troops is just going to slowly retreat. So they're not going to be an issue anymore. If we look at New Caroline itself, obviously we lost a bunch of people again. You can see the immense amount of power comparatively that we're getting out of that fusion power plant. So power not going to be an issue there anymore for quite a long time. And then on the police station front, we have 2 up on San Sterling, Naxos, and Achilles. We need 1 more on New Caroline. We can get that built. And 2 more on Centronome. So we are getting close to being done with that whole initiative. And then we can sell the rest of our tanks. We can sell the barracks that's there. I'm not going to have any use for any of those going forward. So we'll definitely be shifting focus back into the economy. And meanwhile, there is more drama coming up on New Caroline. We'll get to that next time. Thanks for watching, everybody.